Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 win Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics.
What's that?
78 viewers, and we are live. A little light this morning, feeling some Skeleton Crew vibes. Welcome to Real Nomics War Stories. We got Tickerson on the panel this morning.
What up, y'all? So,
you may know him also as Tiki Hakamiki, but his actual government name is Tickerson. What's good in the hood, y'all? So, I'm sure Jester is rolling in his grave even though he's alive, because he knows how much I desperately hate the color orange. But we got to commit to the theme, and this is a war story. So, here we are. Always trying to keep it fresh. You know, we're like 150 of these custom art pieces, and to come up with a new one every single show is definitely getting tougher. Dude, seriously, like, you sit down and you try to look at, the themes of the day. We have defense, obviously, on our radar with what we talked about with the defense bill passing, and Maxar being acquired. We just covered that on Cloak and Dagger. So if you guys pay attention to that, he's an OnlyFans OG. So that's pretty sick if you guys are watching. A lot of stuff going on in defense. While people's eyeballs are tunnel vision on fucking crypto and fucking like what's going on with, what Kathy Wood says next. The real action, and driven by the government, of course, is your biggest spender, is defense. When you look at where your booms come from in the government, it comes from fucking government bills. They direct the most capital in the system. What was that? Did you hear like a little girl scream?
She's on the phone in the other room.
Oh, I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, there's no girl to scream in my house. What the fuck? Tiki's audio is a bit low. I wish I could fix that. Where do I need to aim the speaker for you? Okay. No, that wasn't Vicky. Dude, my let's see. Are you still hearing me good on the mic right now, Tiki?
I hear you just fine.
All right. You guys hear Tiki?
Crystal clear.
You guys hear Tiki's audio good too now? Test Tiki.
Testing. High on bass.
Yeah, he's got some big ass nuts. Hold on. What the fuck? All right.
There you go.
All right.
It's good now. I
muted that motherfucker. There he goes. Bring you down to my level so you got a nice high pitched nasally voice like my bitch ass. All right. I know I laugh like a girl. I don't give a fuck. You won't talk shit to me in my face, nigga. So that's what's up. I'll laugh like that after I slap the shit out of you. Anyways, cool. All right, we are here now. And too funny. So where's the Maxar Easter egg? I want to look at this one. So we just covered Trollex shockwaves. We talked about it in the Easter eggs again. And we talked about it last show, right? You always pay attention to these highly emotional points in the market. God, I hate saying this. USDT.D, which we actively track, was a giant warning in that bull flag sitting above Trollex's shockwave that there was probably a problem in the system, right? So let's pull that guy up real quick. One second.
That chart looks ridiculous this morning.
Okay, here it comes. Yeah, just gotta I had to get my monitor window up. Okay, whoops, that's too low. Good God, what the hell resolution did I do this in? 4 hours, something like that. Okay, there it is. Right. So this is that moment that everyone in Clonex realizes I track the emotional fucking structure of you fucking pussies crying online, and I put you in the price of the entire basket for crypto's risk on, risk off. And we have been able to use your emotions on the chart to actively track meaningful structures in price. You don't get to argue anymore. You are the dumb fucking money. And this is your proof of it. You can all suck my dick. Fuck you, Clonex. Anyways, so yeah, those pussies are literally fucking Armageddon. And that's what we fucking told people, They put out such a shitty energy, it's something you gotta watch. Of all the communities to be that shitty, it sucks it ended up being them. But they are probably the most toxic community out there. And it's probably some of the ego, that they're affiliated with fucking Nike. So the worst fucking behavior comes out of these people, And it's unfortunately it's bolstered by fucking the founders. Period. They're liars and they're disgusting people. Look right here, like I said. Never wish bad on others or it comes to you next. This is where they were shitting on fucking every next fucking person out there, Here, I think this is the actual tweet. All right, this is back in May where they began attacking Goblin Town and just fucking wishing the worst on people, wishing people to have big losses. Who has the big losses now? Clonex. And always remember, Clonex, no one has to fucking talk to you, but you fucking pieces of shit will listen. That's what fucking time it is. Cocksuckers. What a gross community.
Right there.
What a gross, toxic fucking community, It's actually like the people who entered it just became toxic too. I've seen this community turn fucking good people to bad. But yeah, so if we stay above this pumping, you guys know what that means, right? Our last trigger, that's no bueno. So if this is next leg, we told you it was important to keep eyes on guys like this, right? Coinbase. Because he's your proxy on the risk that's perceived right now in exchanges, and he's your only publicly traded one to get a real gauge on it. So this does not look good. He looks like FTT when he broke that same base. So, all hands on deck. You guys are on war footing right now with regard to crypto and possible de-risking next leg. So we take a look at that guy looks like and some of these dudes. BTC, the bear flag we've been tracking. If he doesn't hold and hold here, he's going to pretty much rotate this guy. You think of him like this, right? Right? Looks more bullish than you want to think about. But an inverse look at the chart tells you what possible rotations at hand. So we pay attention. ETH. Again, we talk about this guy inside the same system, bear flag. We want to see if he can hold this or if he's going to fully rotate into the yellow path. That's definitely a little more critical, and he still has a ways to go to break the low. Here's TrollX's shockwave in ETH at least. So this is the next emotional target. If we roll down, this will be likely area we at least structure a base and have a chance of bounce, or if not, we fully collapse out of here, and this gets a lot worse. That's ETH. What's the other one I want to show you? There was something else I want to show on that. Oh, right, the other ETH chart. Pretty crazy that their emotions can mark that point, isn't it, Tiki?
It is. Just over and over again right there.
When you're pretty sure you're fucking the smart money in the market, think again. That should be the clearest example that you'll ever see, right?
Mm-hmm. For real.
So if you look at this too, over here, we also had this range. This was that expanding formation range. And see how it works is like I'll make it something huge. All right, it's kind of like its own phantom zone. But when you have this range, so we told you we get back into the heart of it, you want to let him either make a bull flag to take you out of it, or he's going to roll back out of here. So this is like your inflection point, is this insane shit that happened here. So once he went back up in here, he was possibly a bear flag going into this, which is what he really was. So now we have to see, does he hold up, create a bear trap off this low and still rotate up here, and this is just a blip? We have to pay attention to that. That's still what's possible as we do watch, a larger resolution de-risk potentially unfold. Always keep that perspective. Never become like, yeah, this is definitely over. When you believe that, this is the final thrust. So, allow it to do what it's going to do, but keep the mental flexibility of what it has the potential to do in other resolutions. That's how you stay, not fixated on which way things are going, just play what happens. You always have to keep that mental dexterity. All right.
That's a memo right there. Somebody needs to clip that.
Click that or something. Do stuff. Do things. I don't know. Could we take a look at BNB BTC? Yep, we sure will. We'll pass over when we get to the macro and stuff like that. Where's my GAT? God damn it. So I'm gonna bust shells on minorities. Oh man. Always gotta have the props, I didn't think the lightsaber was gonna work today, so I had to go into Gavin's room and raid him and be like, yo, we need help to finish this set.
That Clonex thing, though, right? That level of cell shaming that they did publicly to that one dude was wild.
Oh, to Ashchow? I mean, he was a big proponent of the community, and they turned around and shit in his face. But what's funny?
Yes.
He's complaining about people not coming to his aid. He sat right there while they shit in my face for fucking months. So
True. Also very true.
Everyone's so desperate to suck up to those people. They allow the most vile shit to fucking go on. It's just like fucking disgusting. Great product, absolutely disgusting community. Hey, and I'm the most accurate analyst in the world. See if you can call that a miss or not. I wouldn't bet on it. Fuckers. Oh my god, the DM my son just sent me, if I could put it on the screen right now. He'd kill me if I put it on the screen right now. This motherfucker said, don't use the bathroom for at least an hour, just saying, for your safety.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck, Gavin?
It's not even 9 a.m. That's how the day started.
What did he say?
He said, don't use the bathroom for at least an hour, just saying, for your safety. That's a curveball. Fucking war stories everywhere, bro. Golly. That was pretty funny.
No.
Oh, at least information is always key. Key to making informed decisions. Once this coffee hits me, we'll be going to bathroom number 2. Well, I'm sure everybody wanted to know that. So it's 8:44. There's 117 of you. It's looking a little like, I'm gonna have to get that clipped and sent again. He'll kill me for putting that in the show. Had to do it. This doesn't sound like a very war story, does it? Way happy to be in the battlefield. All right, we'll have to take this a little bit more serious, Teacherson.
All right.
This guy wrote, "Sir, charts please, enough toilet talk." Just for that, motherfucker. Just for that. We're gonna have a deep discussion about fucking irritable bowel syndrome. The fuck? It's a morning talk show. What the fuck do you want? I have a panel right now. You ain't rushing nothing. More charts, please. The value's in the conversation. Did we tell you that in Discord? Y'all motherfuckers keep asking for pretty fucking charts. I got some pretty charts for you, nigga. Keep playing with me. Haven't you learned how this works? Huh?
We had that one dude, right, over the weekend. We were just having the conversation. Where's the chart? Where's the screen share? Like, what? Well, we were just talking. It's like, what?
Markets are 90% psychology. The magic's in the convo. You should already know that.
Exactly.
Yo, he just tipped me 99 cents and gave me a shit emoji. Is that a bannable offense? I don't even know what we should do with that right now. That nigga chose to tip me 1 penny under $1.
That's fucked up.
Damn, the hate is real this morning. Light viewership and a 99-cent tip. Well, I respect Perky G and fucking William Payne, but you, sir, gets no love.
They didn't let me change it.
Didn't let you change it. Nah, the hate is real, Enoch. It's all good. How do you show respect for the most accurate market TV show in history? Thanks, Enoch. We'll always remember that. So let's put cheap ass nigga on the chart. Well, we'll give Enoch Solo.
There we go.
Where do I put him though? He's a crypto-centric guy. I'm gonna add him somewhere. Let's see. Where do I add? I'm gonna add to USDT.D since we're on that.
All right.
Let's see how it pans out over time.
Too late, Enoch.
What do you call it? What do you need to call this? We'll just have to remember it's him. I can't spell, you know that. How do you spell thrift? Oh yeah, thrift.
T. There you go.
Alright, there he is. Enoch's made the charts. He's gonna be orange like today's show. Where are the charts? Here are the charts, motherfucker. I hope you're happy. You have made it onto the spectrum. Need to make sure I can see this guy.
No sheesh, Enoch. You did that to yourself.
All right, so could he be the counterparty that saves us in the rotation? Vol flags above thrifty nigga Enoch's level probably equals death behind Trolex. So come on, Enoch. Be that cheapskate son of a bitch we need. Now, if you haven't learned your lesson, shut the fuck up and pay attention to the talk show. Oh, man. I wonder why my viewers keep going down, even though we keep getting shit right. Should I stop cooking the viewers for scarcity's sake? You do understand how we actually sit in public telling you the right answer to everything, right? And no one can capitalize on it. The hate is real, motherfucker. Oh, man. Too funny. Ignorance encircles value, bitches. If you're feeling some kind of way, figure it out.
Oh, Gambler said we had a level from Anon that you were gonna put up.
Oh
in the
yeah,
previous
that was
show.
he was in which show though? Because that we have to put that on there. He's definitely fucking the gas pedal into this de-risking we've got. He
He was Wednesday.
was the beginning of Wednesday's show. Right. We can stick him on here. Let's see, December 14th. Let's see. Let's get him on there too. He was the opening of that show. Let's see, today's the 16th, Wednesday, the 8 o'clock. Oh yeah, let's get this first. It is 794.
Damn.
Let's put him as a. What color did I give him? He can't get blue because he's a piece of shit. So he'll get red because he's a terrible person, and I don't like red. He's the rotation. His thrifty the gas. It's been a while since you got. Does stick out good enough? Yeah, he's a red level. Wow, he was the rotation for the de-risk itself. Anon. His crying right there, right? So his crying right on top of Clonex's crying. A lot of emotions in the market, guys. A lot of emotions.
Look at that though. Wow.
Pretty astonishing, right?
Yeah. That's wild. Holy shit. When they show up.
When they show up. Too funny. If you guys saw this, so enough of Trollex. People aren't worth any more of my fucking time.
Gambler to make it pink.
Make it pink. I made the words pink for me. I had to make it bitch ass for his bitch ass.
There you
go. Let's see. So, I want you guys to take a look at this again, talking about defense today and war stance. So, going back to this post, right? This was in your OnlyFans in March of 2021, before Putin appeared on the border of Ukraine in December 2021. We told you that the conflict of China and Russia, which we forecasted from late 2010s, would be unfolding in the 2020s per Vix-Mageddon. So one interconnected call is what all of our shit comes from. We don't have like different, ideas. It's really just one internet-connected unfolding wave that we've made a call for the different sectors and rotations for. And this was one that we'd see with, energy that would be next. Would be something to pay attention to. We had the oil fractal from 2019. We're waiting for a fractal embargo. Then we have our aerospace and defense, right, being a key industry to pay attention to, and that Biden would likely spend this into a fucking inflationary fucking ramp up to fight a war that most people didn't see coming. But the real reality is, right, what you're looking at right now is that Biden is 100% like basically funding Ukraine's war. We are literally paying for a war against Russia, and no one views it that way, right? But that's 100% what we're doing. We are paying for fucking every bullet they're firing right now. And it's still, because it's not our troops, we're not really thinking of it that way. But this is nuts, U.S. Patriot could protect Ukraine's power, and Russia warns consequences is that they literally showcase the fucking nuclear missile. You're at war with Russia right now, and no one in the United States really has the perspective on it to see that it's really us fighting with Ukraine as a proxy nation. But Putin has already engaged the United States. And as the U.S. fucking basically funds the war and arms fucking Ukraine to fight them, it's going to be a stone's throw away before Putin can justify shooting one of our allies, because you're very much attacking his nation. You give him the capability to strike inside Russia or create a missile shield and basically neutralize Russia's own deterrence. You've created a fucking imbalance of power right now on the border of NATO. That's fucking absolutely a fucking war stance for Russia. They're not going to stop. So Russia is basically played a chess game, and the U.S. is walking right into it. At the end of the day, he can incinerate one of your allies. You're putting the entire fucking NATO alliance on the other side of the water at disproportionate risk to yourself by continuing to feed fucking armaments into Ukraine. But nonetheless, if that's what you're going to do, right, you're going to have to take government spending to new levels of outrage. And so now you see a fucking a bill passed today that literally exceeded what even Biden needed to fund the war. And the fact is, this is what they've come to realize, a year and a half later. We need to prioritize defense. It's as simple as that. The top Republican of the Senate Armed Services Committee is urging support for the bill. So this is serious shit, And
it's scary is what it is.
It's a continuing escalation. It's not going away. No one's really paying attention to that. It's sitting in broad fucking daylight. So defense shit, right, to pay attention to. We had on the show also, this is one of your cheat sheets from OnlyFans. We just talked about this guy, Maxar. He's in aerospace and defense. And we just covered him in a recent show. He just got acquired. Here he is right here. He's floating up at $50. He's going to be acquired at $53 today. So we literally just talked about that guy. Insane pump. He just jumped 120%. Believe we have the highlight for that guy. Which one did you guys put Maxar in? Crypto US King D. I think it's Cloak and Dagger, right? Maxar. Space Cash is definitely picking up some steam. Aerospace and Defense is picking up some steam. So with this guy, we take this off, and we draw the downtrend to connect it properly from the highest high to the lowest high that leads to the lowest low without passing through prices. And so that is the actual proper trend structure of him now. So we'll use that, and so it's just a bigger bull flag with the same thing, and I think you do look at him like this. He went through, it's a 2B rotation, just like we said, like we passed through a significant floor. So I think you're paying attention for him to come out to this side and possibly, continue the rotation out to higher highs. Maxar. Space Cash is definitely picking up some steam. Yeah, so don't say it's not an art form what we do. The whole show is a work of art.
For real. Yeah, that's
as on point as it gets.
Right there. That's it.
This is on point as it gets. This is the actual sheet. I think we made that one over on this chart, didn't we? Yeah, this one we drew fresh for you. So we drew that on the last show, and he's gone. There he goes. And that is actually a cheat sheet that you guys have been had for him to also rotate the same bull flag. I think we just forgot, but we had this one already. So should have been aware of it. We drew this up on an Ulster, possible higher floor back here. He rotated that, and we talked about that 2B rotation in this one. So hopefully one of you was actually long this motherfucker and enjoy this acquisition. That's just one of those you had to be in it. So, but we did put him out there and give you all a shot for it. So pretty cool though. And this is just part of how bullish aerospace and defense is. And you never look away from the government spending money. You know that, right, Tiki?
Of course.
Yeah, they are the market. What they decide, the government says, I'm going to write a bill. I'm going to pass a law that says we're going to spend $45 billion in your industry. That's fucking like guaranteed fundamental. You know what I mean? Like, what else do you need to guess? It's like, okay, I know for sure one of you motherfuckers is going to get a multi-billion-dollar contract. And
no doubt about that.
There's no backing down from fucking what's going on in Russia. They're not going to stop, So until further notice, the Democrats are now fucking funding war and medical. And those are two big daddy cycles we talked about, right? That are really going on that no one's looking at. Is this big wrong one, Cardinal Hills. Right? This massive cycle for the Democrats, right? Red is the Republicans, blue is Democratic leadership. And so you see it, this is like Obama, and this is Biden, right? And this is Trump and Bush. And you can see the cycles, right? The Republicans are bad for fucking directing money towards healthcare, and the Democrats do direct money towards healthcare. But it's very rare that the Democrats also direct money towards fucking defense. That's where we dropped the sheet. But that's literally what happened. Nobody was ready for that. And if you look right here, Biden takes office here. Literally in the dead fucking bottom of this bull flag. He is the rotation. The one thing no one would expect, right? A boom under fucking of defense and a boom of dirty energy under Democrats. Talk about catching the world sleeping, right?
For real.
Nobody saw this coming. But if you're on Winternomics TV, bitch, you already know. Any one of these calls would make fucking a white boy famous. You already know this.
There's fucking
I said what I said.
movie deals and shit.
Every fucking black swan this year for crypto, defense before you knew you were in a war, dirty energy under Democrats, fucking what? Fucking healthcare cycle. Any one of those would make some fucking white boy famous. And I got motherfuckers throwing 99 cents at me this morning. Think about that juxtaposition, right? Ain't that crazy? 99 cents for that?
Yeah.
Unreal. The disrespect, boy. It is what it is. What are we at? 9 o'clock? Do we have actual war stories from you motherfuckers since you're going to throw 99 cents at me today? Can I buy a war story? I know somebody didn't read from last show, so at least I know I have something. Let's see what we got, Teacherson.
There's a couple up there.
Oh my god, this is fucking enormous.
Enoch $5.99 total.
Huh?
Enoch said $5.99 total because he did throw fiver after the 99 cents.
Did he? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen so my bias can stay salty about what just did happen. We'll delete that info conveniently from the narrative. Perky G. 5 months ago, I journaled this story but never submitted it to Reddit. Okay. A late war story. What the fuck was that? Okay, thank God. I'm unable to convert intel into action and results. With the intel from streams, my plans and price movement, it shouldn't be so difficult to get results. Still trading as the empty space. After reviewing trades and staying active in eco, I found 3 issues. Ego in the way. Trying to play stocks which I had success in the past or lagging sectors is looking for confirmation of my own skills and is an ego thing. Just play strength. Also, the focus on the results itself is lacking. Not what will get you results. Focus on the process and habits that are needed, not the money. Still biased. Kaz explained multiple assets and up and down scenarios on different time frames. Some info, however, keeps resonating in my head more than others. Bias towards one scenario, playing the wrong time frame gets me in trouble. The bias is further affected by my previous trades and frustration about results. Make a plan for both directions. Trade to live, not live to trade. Stop staring at a chart. Only trade according to a plan. No impulsive trades. Make a time planning for the day and communicate this with girlfriend. That sounds like a good plan. Make sure the girlfriend approves. My trading at this point 5 months ago is similar to an aviation analogy, flying on the backside of a power curve. This is a situation where adding more power will not be enough to maintain a given speed and altitude. Only thing to do is descend so your power is big enough to overcome the forces placed on you. That's an interesting thing. Is that a pilot analogy? Fascinating. At that point, I had to descend, and Kaz and the vets told me how to do that. Zoom out so you can see the context. Don't do stuff your statistics show you fail at. Don't overtrade. Stick to your plan. Don't stare at charts. I made progress on those things, and since then, I'm doing much better. I've learned so much in concept calls and shows, and I've enjoyed every bit of it. I love the nerdy parts. The last concept call have shown me deeper understanding of how markets work, and both hit rate and risk reward have increased. I'm in a different place in the chart than before. Thanks, guys, and Vicky. I know your participation in vibe-killing input during calls are sabotaging the eco at the moment. What is this? I know our participation and vibe-killing input during calls are sabotaging the eco at the moment, but your accuracy, honesty, and ability to change our lives in many ways are unique and valued. At the end of the day, the market's in a crazy emotional place, and the fewest people are fucking able to capitalize on what we put out that's extremely accurate, and it's not mutually exclusive. Our accuracy is directly related to the fact that bulk of the people are too emotional to actually capitalize on the information in a meaningful amount of time. And that's why we tell you stay active. That's what staves off that emotional drift. So for the few of you who followed the directions we gave you, it is tantamount to your success to listen to what we're telling you. We're not guessing, and we're not kind of trying to bully you to chat. We are literally telling you the thing that's going to save you from your own fucking destruction and your own fucking habits, degrading over time, or just the attrition in the system taking you out with it. It is very difficult to be in the center of the empty space. To stay there requires you to take active measure of the empty space to make sure you're not fucking drifting in a void. Think of it like walking in the dark, dead black. You can't walk in a straight line. But what you can do is fucking feel where the walls are to keep yourself away from them. And that's kind of what you do by staying active, is you keep a touch on that empty space and keep a sonar on everything around you and the emotions around you to not be part of it, but be an active observer of it. Memos.
Memo. Click that.
Why do you think I stay around all the Why do you think I stay around all the time?
Mm-hmm.
It's what I do.
That's a solid war story right there.
That's a solid war story. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Very, very detailed. Let's see. That was a big one. Hey, Eco. This is Mr. Dorr from Neb4. Hey, Eco. Today I wanted to make a war story about the last two plays I caught. To give a little better context first, Kaz always talks about playing the strong guy instead of the weaker one. And even though I always try to stay in the strong asset with Kaz's help and own comparisons, sometimes it gets tricky. These are going to be some plays I went wrong with asset selection, and I wanted to share them so people are more conscious about the way they pick to play. In addition, this is one of my favorite Kaz quotes that I've written in my planning board, and I think it goes along with this topic. It's not 100% his words, but you get the idea. You're always really close to value. You just got to recalibrate, adjusting things, and do more. Left charts are the plays I took instead of the right one while hunting both. Matic. So your strength was actually ETH, and you played Matic, and you can see the difference. And this is really good to see that, right? This is what happens when you don't play best of breed. They both rotated the bull flag that he was looking at. You gave him out of a base, you pumped, but the corrective bull flag here was so big, he took out the entire risk structure, and this guy didn't, meaning that ETH was stronger than Matic for the time being. So by playing ETH, he held structure and allowed you to survive, and you're right in direction on both, but you'd have gotten stop run by playing the weaker asset. His price integrity of his wave is less well structured. So by staying into strength, you tend to have less wicks reach you, because fewer people are on this side of the trade is what that really represents, and the mass horde rushing back in to try and chase value helps to create the differential performance from the asset they were all in, which is likely fucking Matic. So it creates this fucking difference in performance when you have strong versus weak, and it means less stop-outs if you play in the directionality of the wave, plus play the strength in it. So this is a great demonstration for you guys to think about. Whoops. Watching my cartoons. Great stuff. I watched it in Star Wars. Don't hate. Dude, fucking Star Wars: The Clone Wars is probably better than the goddamn movie. It's like the best fucking animated fucking shit ever, and lots of people die. You know how nobody hits anybody in the real Star Wars? Everybody gets killed in the cartoon. It's fucking great. It's what you wish would fucking happen. Somebody hit somebody, bro. You can't really have robots that are that inaccurate. You know, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, really, the droid army can't hit the broadside of a bus? Have you seen Terminator? So anyways, ExxonMobil and the S&P Dow Jones. And it's showing you the difference in strength as energy being strong on this rotation on the 12. So this is a great demonstration for you guys, kind of like, you know, looking at some things we show you like ratios, like looking at Northrop Grumman versus, you know, coin, or Dow Jones versus, you know, Qs. You have to have like an idea of where the strength in the market really is. So good lesson for everybody, good war story. $907, okay. Two more. Participation is key. This is Abracadabra. Awesome. One of our lady traders, Kaz always says participation is key, and here are the direct results of my participation in Discord, in calls, chats from the last month. Being active in voice calls and keeping focus tight helps navigate not only the charts, but the life itself, and directly leads to better decisions making and results and awareness too. After all, learning never ends, right? Thank you, Kaz, for teaching support and resistance. For teaching support and this fantastic adventure and experience I'm living. I love the enthusiasm. It definitely makes learning easier. So this was a really crazy play she made. She got 21 R's on her whole core position. And then he cut it to a free roll and caught the fucking PPI number and got an additional 41 R's on the free roll. That is a monster fucking play. So
that's beast. That's a beast.
That's a beast. Congrats, girl. I'd love to see the logic click like that for you. So that's what's possible. You know, let's hang out. I know I drive you crazy in the chat, but I do it for a reason. Yeah, that's sick. That's crazy. Fractal Owl. Let's see. Catching emotions and following plans. My health has been on a rough spot for the past month. Sorry to hear that. Like getting hit with the flu, kept coming back, tested negative for COVID, but still managed to watch the shows live most of the time and use the intel to find some trades and stay on the winning side of the market. Appreciate all the work you guys do. Thanks, Kaz and Director Vale. I fully support making the YouTube sub higher. I want the folks, I put the sub there to make you show up. But I don't want to raise it and penalize the people who do because of the people who don't. I'm just trying to get you guys to be more active because if I can't get to talk to you, I can't get to train that smarter audience. And, as you see, this is the audience that's showing up. The idea is to have a station that has accurate intel and an audience that can capitalize on it. So I'm trying to train the audience, but I can barely get you guys to do the bare minimum to get a chance to show you what you need. Most people think they know what they need to take from here to train a habit. You don't. Behavioral training is the fucking hardest thing on earth. That's why no one does it. It's easier to rob you. It's either to take paid sponsorships from FTX and fucking lie to you and take, ref fees and things like that, then try to solve the puzzle that is the market, right? This is the hardest thing on the fucking planet. And most people just kind of lie to you and just pretend with whatever. You don't know enough to fucking figure out I'm bullshitting, right? What we do on this show isn't fucking done, right? Nobody's actually really trying to get this right. They have all kinds of different agendas. We actually are just naive enough. We thought people wanted to solve the puzzle, so we worked on that. Apparently nobody else fucking did. So we're literally just, this is our market art. And I hope some of you do appreciate the fact that we don't take paid shows to tell you nonsense. We'll tell you the straight dirt. Even if you don't like the way we speak, we're never lying to you. And that's something rare in market TV. So, come on, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Yeah. Nobody comes close. There's not even anywhere near it.
Don't you realize that most people are trying to figure out what up and down is, and we sit here fucking off making art every morning? Do you even understand how silly that is? It's pretty funny. All right, so can't come out of war stance. All right, what are we at? 9/11. So I don't want to go all the way to whatchamacallit. So let's do a macro. Let me you guys get running. So macro things. We talked about USDT already. Soy, anon. Let's see where we're at. All right, so we do have a 2B today. So we had drawn this up for you guys, right? 2B, phantom zone rejection. We're extended this over. 2B on the bull flag, and now we rotate the next bear. We want to pay attention for this type of situation, rotating the same thing. So a structure in here, flag, that's anything like this. If it happens at a resolution similar to this, you'd be looking for something like that. And if he stays under here, it'd be unhealthy. So we're definitely paying attention to this right now. He's gone through here. So we're down here on the gap down. And you want to pay attention to what he does with this. Do we have our gap levels on this chart? Let's get the chart with gap levels on it. Today, trading view, what the fuck? So let's look at the big gaps we have here. If you guys remember these, we've been using them all summer. This is gap number 2. So as you come down right now, pay attention to this. This is the next most important level as you decline for us to have any meaningful stall right now. So also just above this high that went to the last most recent low. But this should be a good level for interactions. You gap down into no man's land. You guys know with big gaps, right? Dick rules apply. So that's what you're paying attention to if you're on low rises trading in the open here. And your next major point to pay attention to for like an inflection point is going to be here if he gets to it. Let's see. Q's the weaker one. We told you to pay attention to him. He is. There's his rotation. So possible bear situation. This is the trajectory of the angle coming out of the lows, and this level is a meaningful level. So if he got here, this would be a meaningful inflection point for him also. So if he gets to the angle, right, he's still not toast on the rotation of this bear flag. He could be just leaving the angle of that trajectory. The down. Okay, we had this situation with him, and they said, the possible situation is that he rotates directly out of here. I should have made this guy a different color. Here, we'll make him your favorite, fucking orange. All right, so that was the situation, the potential, right? All those feds came in, all those central banks came in, and fucking literally just changed the risk profile of the fucking planet as the rest of central banks joined the U.S. in basically trying to tamp down inflation, which is all a byproduct of this war situation you have and stalled economic output from, the G7. So with this now, possible rotation down, we're gapping down to here. Like we told you, right, we look at this, talked about before, the volume was pretty heavy up top here. This is when it gets dangerous. If he doesn't get completely above it, it's not a good thing, All right, so as you pull back here now, we have to see where's the next meaningful place to pull back. We showed you this. It's probably within this congestion, which will match up with that S&P floor gap we showed you. So as you come down pretty hard, pay attention to today. You could probably descend a little bit to make that contact, and you might see some violence today because today's option expiration. So the market can go in both ways pretty violently on a day like this. So pay attention to that, right? VIX things, we talked about this guy. If he bull flag like the blue projection and rotates this, very bad situation. So you have like low resolution wise, that bull flag that we're paying attention to. We're just not going to use that anymore. That's fucking terrible. All right, and we want to see him rotate off of here, which is that blue projection up. The DXY finally had a small bounce, and we're paying attention to the angle on him. I don't know why that looks so bad. That's definitely not what the fuck I should have drawn. Let me get that fixed. All right, this is the angle of attack of that down wave. So this is barely rotating around. We had a level set to pay attention to on this also. We'll go up to... All right, this is a, I think it's a trigger. Yeah, so OG trigger we have here for the overall system, the 7-year cycle. This is a Republican, Democrat. We talked about Democrats and tides for, the dollar. This correction is back to the top of the actual 7-year shockwave, dead top bounce. So we do want to pay attention to that. That's as good a fucking contact and bounce as you want to see on that. And so now we might see the timing of this like wave here, be worth paying attention to as we stall the last high to put in the low. This is definitely key to pay attention to all of this now, right? And looking at this guy, think of him like that, right? That's a DXY. So that could be the depth of the bull flag right now, the DXY. We want to be aware of that. Euro USD. So if we're going to go into another de-risking tide, that's the end of the extension. We can monitor this trend. This is a trend angle. But for right now, like all hands should be on deck with what's going on with coin, what's going on in USDT.D, what we see right now as far as DXY, and what we see in the rotation of the VIX. Right, all these things are things we keep eyes on to get a better context of the market. And this is the DXY rotation. This is a little less stuff on the chart, I guess. Right. Thought I made a pretty clean channel. Oh yeah, duh, it's right here, that channel. So all the things work together, and again, Stevie D's monolith kill level not only killed the actual fucking artifact monolith and turned it into absolute dust when these idiots airdropped monolith D and fucking killed the chain, but again, the market's in trouble at the monolith level, right? So you keep eyes on these sentiment levels for a reason, right? They mark serious emotional points in the marketplace, and I don't put in there, they're funny too, but they're also, synchronous waves that tell you about something else in the market that's also meaningful. You ever say the term sync wave? That's what it stands for, synchronous wave. No such thing as coincidence in a mathematically precise universe, right? Only synchronicity, whether you realize it or not.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Memos on memos, bitches. All right, so that was covering, broadly speaking. Again, we talked about some war stocks and stuff like that. The show is called War Story. So, we had a thing here for aerospace and defense. Some of the ones we talked about in the show. If you guys stay on to the Easter egg, we actually talked about some of these post-market on the last show. This guy is not one of them. RTX, defense guys. All right, we told you to keep your eyes on defense guys. And everything to do with space, going forward, this funding shouldn't stop. Some of these are obviously better than others. But this is, basically, you can find these guys inside of Rocket. Rocket was one of the ones you saw us put in that chart. Right here, right? We told you to pay attention to Rocket. Rocket himself has a lot of assets that you can play. So if you guys don't know anything about this, it's a great tool for you to look at. It's free. You can go here, and this guy tracks aerospace and defense, right? See how this fucking page right now that I'm here is fucking up. You like that? Never does that.
Of course.
It's literally frozen. What are the chances it would do that while I'm live? Unreal. Trying to show you guys something cool. So this is everything that you care about, the big guys of, your final frontiers, Rocket and UFO, are your two, guys for space cash outside of, your defense indexes. So this one, Boeing, he's always there. You got to pay attention to Rocket Labs. All these dudes. The Rocket Labs is the comparator to actually Elon. So he's a SPAC. SPAC initial floor, death. That was a SPAC. Iridium, he's also in the same place as Maxar. I think we had him on the show on this chart, Iridium, OG chart, maybe? No? Guess not. Yeah, a long time ago. OG chart. We talked about Iridium back in the days since we first brought up Spacecast on the show. So, like, guys like him, MSI, all these guys, are tied to that space. So, lots of cool stuff is moving in that space. While people think there's no bull market, there very much is one. What else do we see in there? HEI, right? And that's where the strength in the market really is, right? It's aerospace and defense. So, cool little tool if you ever want to break down what was inside something and kind of look at how it's weighted. This is pretty important to see who's the heaviest weight in here, who's doing the best in here, right? Who's the best to breed. There's some of your better in breed guys, Lockheed, NOC, right? Your 2 cheat sheets. Iridium, HII, General Dynamics is another one. It just released wait, that's not their bomber. That's Northrop Grumman's. HII. So definitely a side of the market to pay attention to. Staples are a side of the market to pay attention to also, right? You're in crisis times, and this is why things like this are so strong. But everyone's eyes are glued on things like fucking crypto and stuff like that, and it's just a different world when you look at this. It looks like 2 different worlds are happening side by side, doesn't it?
Really does.
Really looks crazy. So this is the OG one. This is the bear flag that was coin that we just pointed out. And you want to pay attention to MicroStrategy and all these guys. Which chart did we put out? Riots. Right. Talked about these guys already. These guys are in trouble, and these are things that are leading coin right now. This whole sector just looks fucking scary. So we are at 9:20. Not going to be able to do any symbols today for you guys, but I think this gives you a good broad view of what's going on in the marketplace. Definitely pay attention on, some of the things, everything, USTD.D. Pay attention to, what's going on in defense and the headlines that are going on with the government fucking writing bill after bill after bill to send billions of dollars to basically fight a proxy war. That proxy war has a strong chance of becoming a real war for us. So it's, all eyes on Putin still.
Yeah, it's scary stuff.
It is scary. So, hope you guys learned a lot. Great war stories shared. Appreciate everybody that did so. Love seeing the progress. Love seeing my smarter audience dream come to life. This is what Real Market TV is supposed to be. And even if there's only 100 of you, we'll always put out the very best. We don't take bribes to tell you bullshit. Stay safe, everybody.
Facts.
Happy Friday.
Go get 'em, y'all.
Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome